as Muslims, we have to respect people's privacy. This is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about in Surah An-Nur, and also talks about it specifically with the Prophet ﷺ in Surah Al-Hujurat, that you don't get to have complete unlimited access to everybody that you know. There's certain barriers and boundaries that have to be met and put up. And there's reason for that, right? Because everybody's got stuff. Everybody's got their own portion of sin. Everybody's got their own portion of problems. And that doesn't need to be on display in front of everybody. Some things people need to deal with by themselves in private, right? And so one of these things is the etiquette of how you approach somebody's house. And Ibn Kathir mentions this in his tafsir of Surah An-Nur, when these ayat are, in relation to these particular ayat. So one of the things is obviously knocking on the door, okay? Is you're seeking permission to enter. And people back then, and this is something Ibn Kathir mentions, I believe, is to announce who it is, right? Caller ID. Because sometimes you want to see somebody and sometimes you don't. And that's okay, right? You should be able to know about who's coming, and if you're prepared, right? There's this kind of aspect in Islam that we have. It's an ethic of preparing yourself for a certain situation, munasaba, like something that's you're appropriate for the thing. Remember the hadith of the companion that instead of rushing to the Prophet ﷺ after coming back from travel, he went home first, cleaned himself up, combed his hair, then he went to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ praised him for that. Right? Because he made himself presentable. Right? He prepared himself for that specific situation. The sunnah of traveling, the Prophet ﷺ would do, he would come back, announce that he had come back, or let the word get back to his wives, clean himself up, maybe go to the Masjid, and then make his way home, so that his wives had a chance to prepare themselves, to present themselves. Right? We think in North America, we have this thing with authenticity. We think, oh, if I show up in my PJs, and just like dirty and I didn't shower yet, that's more real, that's more authentic. It's like, okay, like maybe in some scenarios, but maybe in others not. Maybe your wife would appreciate it more, or your husband would appreciate it more if you present yourself a little bit more to them. Or the other people that come along, you present yourself a little more to them. Now that can be taken to an extreme as well. We don't want to fall into the other extreme where we think that we can't invite anybody over unless the place is absolutely spotless and all the dishes are put away and all the kids' toys are picked up. No, obviously there's a middle path there. But so that's one of the things, announcing who you are, knocking on the door. You knock 3 times. If the person doesn't answer, or if they say, go away, you have the right. You have the right to say, irji', leave, go back. That's your right. Nobody can get mad at you for that. Then the person has to leave. They can't peek through your windows. They can't start knocking on the windows, blowing up your phone. Where are you? I thought, no, knock 3 times and then leave. And if the door is open to you, this is an important one that people don't realize, and I didn't realize until I read the tafsir of Ibn Kathir. Don't face the door. Don't face the door when the door is being opened to you, because you don't know what you're going to see on the inside. Maybe somebody doesn't have their hijab on yet. Maybe their kids are running around naked. You don't know. Something that they might not want you to see might be going on. And so the sunnah is to look away, either to the left or to the right or whatever, to look to a different side while they open the door, and then you can talk to the person.